Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a project share to share with you. I wanted to attend a swap on a Facebook group, and the requirement was to follow a MayMay Made It tutorial. So I did. The tutorial that we were supposed to follow was the portfolio, one of her portfolios. It was a specific one. I don't remember the name of it, but I will try to put the link down below. We had to follow the tutorial, and there were some requirements. We had to follow it pretty closely, and then we also had to include 5 embellishments on the front, and something inside that MayMay did we had to include as well. So I will share that when I get to that part. I did change up a few things of mine and added some things to make it a little bit different, make it a little bit more me. So one of the first things that I did is I created a shaker on the front of it. I made the whole thing just a shaker pocket. I put in all these sequins and sewed this tulle over the front, and then I also sewed this page so that they sort of matched the flap, so that they matched. I did use sewing throughout the book too, but only on certain spots. It's a lot to get out the sewing machine to sew paper, so I only used it in certain spots, but I really like the shaker. When I first created it, I didn't read the instructions close enough, and I didn't realize that it needed 5 embellishments on the cover. I was quite happy with just this right on my cover and right in the center, and I really liked it. But then I went back and read it before I was ready to send it in, and I realized that it required more embellishments on the cover. So I had to go ahead and figure out something. So I went ahead and I added these page flags, and the reason that I added them there is because I kind of think that it makes it look a little bit like a suitcase. I don't know if maybe that's just in my head, maybe it is, but I kind of feel like maybe it makes it look like a suitcase. I don't like them a lot, but I couldn't add anything else to it that I liked, so I sort of liked the idea that it made it look like a suitcase. So I put them there. I would have preferred to have them matching, but of course the chipboard did not come with 2 of the same colors, so you know, you got to work with what you got. And then I also tied a ribbon around the front because I figured that would add another embellishment. Then I have my 3 Nouveau drops here and 3 Nouveau drops here. And then this lovely Merry Christmas. And then I'm just calling my sequins the 5th embellishment. I hope that counts, but that's what I'm going with. I would have left it with just that if I could have, because I liked it a little bit more simple, but that's okay. We have to do what we have to do, right? So let's go ahead and open this up. Mine is magnet. You were required to use magnet or Velcro, so I used magnet. When you open it up, you can see there's my top flap, and I did not sew that, but you can see the ribbon tied there, or the baker's twine tied there. And then we'll open it up like this. This is the front part. This is the bottom. We'll start down here. Down here, I have a pocket. There was a pocket on the one that we were supposed to create. In my pocket, I put a bunch of stuff. And then this is just the pocket. I did what MayMay did, and she put a photo mat going into her pocket, so I did include that. And then stuck this piece over the photo mat. And then the only difference between mine and hers here was that my photo mat is not 3x4. The way that she made her photo mats was so that when you put the picture, it covered up the photo mat. I made mine just slightly bigger so that you would have a white border around your 3x4 photograph. So mine is intended to have a white border. Then I have these 2 embellishments here that I layered up, 3 embellishments I layered up and stitched them. I wasn't real happy that I put them there, but once I put them there, it was too late. So I left them, but it's okay. Like this, it looks good. But when I close it up, I can see there's a little tiny bit of bulk on this side, and it bothers me. But I don't think that you would notice it unless I told you. So I'm just going to leave it there and let it be. I'm not going to lie. I did try to pull it up and I was not happy with that. So I just left it. Inside of my pocket, I have these two little booklets. On the front of both of them, they're matted with the gold and then also sewn, just to tie it in a little bit. And then on the inside, there's a photo spot for a photo here, 3x4 photo, and then you'll have a little mat of the patterned paper. And then here I thought would be a really good spot to journal. So I put that graph paper on all the sides, and then I left the back blank. I figured if they wanted to put a photo, they could put a photo, or they could do whatever they wanted. Then this one, same thing. It's just a little photo mat, photo here, journaling here. I'm going to stick both of those in there. Then we have just a freestanding photo mat, blank on the back side, a 3x4 photo with a little bit of a border of this patterned paper. We're going to stick that in there, call it good. And then random cut aparts. I have two of these larger tags that I stitched. You can tell I stitched all the way around them, and then I backed them on white paper. I did that for two reasons. Number one, because I do not like the stitching on the back side of them. Hardly ever do I like that. And then number two, it makes it just a little bit of a sturdier, because this paper wasn't very sturdy, so it makes it a little sturdier. So I tagged all those. I put them all in there because I thought that they could put a small photo on the front and journal on the back, or they could just leave the front blank and journal on the back, or put a photo on the back, or they can just pull out all these tags and use them on their Christmas gifts. Another one that I sewed. And then the cut apart also came with these long tags. So I cut them apart and I sewed on them as well. I stitched a little bit, and then I backed them on cardstock, stuck them in here. And then here's a little tag from the die cut collection. And then the cut apart had these little tags, which I did not sew, but I did take a Sharpie paint marker in gold and I edged up the edges so that it looked really cool. I really like the way that it turned out. Where's my focus? There we go. I really liked the way that they turned out. And then I did not back these ones, so they're a little bit flimsier, but they're in there. Okay. Then we're going to pull down here, and then here is the element, another element that we needed. For MayMay, she had a whole strip. I didn't want to do a whole strip. I didn't really want to do this part because I didn't want to cover up the photos here, but it was required, so I had to do it. So I just created like a little stack of stuff and used it to hold these together. And the way that I did mine is there was a recipe card in the die cuts. I took that recipe card and I stitched it to a gold paper so that I had the gold border. And then on the back side of it, I put two magnets and then sandwiched them between the gold paper and the white cardstock underneath. So you can't see them in here. And then I just layered some embellishments on here. And then you can see that it sticks really well because I have two magnets in here, and then I have a magnet under here and a magnet under here that holds it really well. I don't know if you can hear that, but you can hear that it's pretty sturdy on there. And then we pull that off. You can see we have two photo mats with embellishments here. And with these photo mats, this was a change that I made. This was another change I made. With these photo mats, I turned them into pockets, and I included some more of the tags, the paper tags that I edged. I didn't stitch on these ones, and then another decorative tag. I just tucked those in there. And then same thing here, just tucked in some more paper tags on these, on this photo mat, just as a way to kind of get a little more real estate inside the book. Then we open these out just like that. And here's the last change that I made, is that on each of these parts, I included a waterfall instead of a photo mat. I wanted to be able to include more photos, so I just put a 3x4 photo mat. The photo can 3x4, and then it'll also have a white border, and you could put on the front and the back side of each sheet if you wanted to. So on this part, you could fit up to 7 photos, because yeah, 6 and then 7 on the back one. The back one is flat. So I did that part. Then this opens up like this, so I got that little part, and then this side opens like this, so I got that little part, and those have the 3x4 photos. Then we go into here, and in here we have the same thing. I just did a 3x4 photo, which kind of tucked into the pocket so it looks cool. That was something MayMay did, and I liked that one, so I did that. And then I have 2 more 3x4 booklets, which were done exactly the same way, matted in gold, and then stitched the front. And then on the inside is just a piece of pattern paper, and then this grid paper for journaling, and the back is plain. Same thing for both of them. So we're going to tuck those into there. And then here I have my freestanding photo mat there. And then I have more tags that were a part of the collection. And then this is just a little journal spot that was included, and you can see on the back there's the stitching that I don't like. I did not mat this one, but I did stitch it. So I put that in there. Then I've got 4 more straight tags, another little tag, and then I have this little tag, which is a part of the die cut, which I stitched and backed. And then lastly, my favorite tag in the whole collection, this little guy. I don't know what this is. This is not vellum. It's not, it's probably cloudy acetate, but I don't know, it just feels cool. It's like matte on the front, but shiny on the back. And there was like a few other things that came with the collection that were made the same way. I don't know what it is, but I really, really liked it, so I included that as well. Then we close up our book and we seal it up. And then there is our whole book. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, me sharing my project. I will try to remember to include the link to MayMay's tutorial. It's a 3-part tutorial. I'll try to remember it. Otherwise, you can just search her, MayMay Made It, or MayMay. I'm not 100% sure which one it is, but I'm sure that you know who she is. She's an awesome crafter, so I'm sure you know who she is. So I made her tutorial, and I'm going to send this off to my swap partner. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will see you all again soon.